Zulu active. You don't know Abantu Zulu there up on the clock in again. You see it? Normally we talk about the birthright, how to reclaim every single thing where the system have in trust for you. No other way to explain the situation than to explain the trust. What is a trust? What is trust fund? How trust operate and how trust fund work? So while people might check in, we ask everybody to stop up the screen, share the live. If you don't have any question, you can drop them in the comment section. El Gringo will say in I play top 10. You see me? Big up all of my family them. So the trust fund, why I decide to talk about the trust fund is because everybody have a trust and people not even know say yo this thing exists. People not even know say them have assets. People not even know say them wealthy beyond the imagination of wealth. Since recently I posted up a video and it talk about the strawman, and the strawman is the same thing as the what we call it, the fake name, the birth certificate person, the debtor to the corporation, the citizen, the amount of name the strawman have. But I am that you know I look on the screen and we are showing the importance of expressing trust. You see me? How everybody end up in our trust in a Jamaica. The Business Name Registration Act of Jamaica and the thing what them call the Charitable Trust Act of Jamaica. Yeah, I don't know everybody have a charitable trust. Them call it the Sesti with Kevi Trust. And Sesti with Kevi or Kevi mean in a French for the one who survive. For once you can prove that you are the living individual, flesh and blood, then you are the authorized beneficiary, you see me, an executor of that trust account. So how we reclaim this thing? Because people ask how we can get back our money. It's not about the money, people. You see me? Because money, as people know money, $500, $1,000, the fiat notes, all of them things they are debts. You see me? So we are talking about with credit. How to secure ourselves as a creditor, how to become the secure creditor in every single thing. And it talk about long back to contracts. How we deal in a contracts, how we carry on business, whether in a private or public. And you don't know, people have them own terminologies and them own ways to say, yo, you can be a part of this. We not over here tell nobody say them need to be a part of no farmer organization because we all live private life. My trust is my private business. My nation is my family. You see me? And we are sure ones and ones how them can operate in a similar jurisdiction like my own. You see, pray. So, meeting here a strawman. What is the government name? Because everybody have a government name, you know. Everybody hear about the government name. Everybody claim if you say, yo, what your name? People are going to say, my government name is... The government name is the government's property. And people need to know that. That's why Granny said, don't see your name, Panbula, and name it. So you need to know the difference between your identity, the true individual we are talking about, the flesh and blood, the soul, the reflection of the living soul, me should I say. You see me? Instead of the paper person. So what are the difference between the paper person and the living soul? Well, the paper person only exists on paper, as it is called the paper person. In other terms, the artificial person. Or people can call it the legal person. You see me? The legal person is the strawman, where the government make you think say that person is you by, I don't know how them do this thing, but word magic. You see me? Spells. Because words are spell. We don't want to go down in the word magic detailing and things right now. But we are sure the ones and ones say. The government trick you into believing that the government's name is actually your name. You see me? And we can show the difference between the government name and your name. But for people, just a forward on the panel. You see me? And no overs, not the wagwan. We're going to ask, you know, is the government name your name? We get to the interaction. Is the government's name your name? Just give me a yes or a no, people. Is the government's name, it is called the government's with an apostrophe S. Is the government's name your name? And what is the difference between the government's name and your name? Me I go explain it, But you can just give me a yes or a no. Is the government name your name? El Gringo. You know the thing going on, my father. They out up on the campaign and spread some knowledge to the ones and ones. Top 10 say, nope, the government name can't be our name because the government name is already describing. You see me? The government business. So the trick where the man them trick you for believe say that is your name is the capitalization of your name. You see me? And that means you're incapacitated, you're headless, you're like a headless chicken going around. So the name we are talking about now, the business name registration. You see me? Where your name, your given title. Because we are talking about the difference between your given title. Let's see if I can dash it up on the screen here. The difference between your given title and the government's name. So these are the Business Name Registration Act of Jamaica. You see me? And referencing this act to change of name shall include in the case of Commonwealth citizens. What is Commonwealth? Father Kebina explained about the commoners and the Commonwealth. A change of the name which had taken place before the person whose name has been change has attained the age of 18. So they must say you have to reach the age of 18 and they must talk about the person. Or in the case of a peer, are usually known by a British title. Them say title far different from his surname. So you are usually known by a British title different from his surname. The adoption of our succession to the title. So that basically has shown us say, me I go explain further in a 3A, B, and C. You see me? That basically has shown us say, the name where the system have a use is not the name where an original and organic title where your mother and father did go no. So watch ya. 3A say every firm having a place of business in Jamaica and carrying on business under business name which does not consist of the true surname of all partners. What does that mean? So you are carrying on a name under a business name that does not consist of the true. What true mean? True mean real. True also mean facts. So you are carrying on business under a name that is not your real name. So what is this name? The government's name. I'm going to continue read. And this does not consist of surnames of all partners who are individuals. So individuals means flesh and blood. And the corporate names of all partners who are corporations without any addition other than the true Christian names of individuals, partners, or initials of such Christian name. I know it kind of sound confusing for a heap of people. So let me read between the lines and break it down so the regular Jamaican man them and woman them out they can understand what we are saying. So, them I show you say the registration that took place with your true, because when they did ban, them say to the system, them say, hold on, give me 1 second there. So, what may I say is that when you did born and your mother say, hey, me I go call my boy Abantu. You see me? That are the title, the given title that your mother decide that. Me I go call my boy Abantu. And him family name, what them call him surname, I will come from my father last name. So I adapt my father last name by tradition. Them call it a surname, but that is my family name. So anyways, when that did go on, the system say, okay, we are going to make a registration. What is the name that you would like us to enter into the records? Not knowing, say, all right, so the trick take place, So them take the name, because when you go to school, them say nouns are names of people, places, animal, and things. You see me? Things we actually can describe like that. You see, pray. So, we are people. And all we write a noun. Just like how you see Zamani, we just share the live a while ago. Big up for share the live, brother. You see Zamani write his name with a capital Z. and the rest of letter them is a common letter. You see, pray. So that is true Christian name that was created by the creators that created him. You see the prayer, who created him? People are going to say God created him. They are correct when they say God created him. But who is God? You see the prayer, your mother and your father boy long back too. We was created 40 weeks before birth, the day of conception. Chop eater, give thanks to the information there. You see the prayer. But I could go a B, so we explain furthermore what I talk about. Every individual having a place of business. The place of business is called your address. I just read between the line for you. In Jamaica and carrying on a business name. And a business name registration. And a business name which does not consist of his true surname without any addition other than his true Christian name or the initials thereof. You see me? So the system have everybody documented in a one way that people think it is them, but it is not actually them. True mean factual. You see me? So that are the conversion will take place. So after the name, what parents them say, yo, them are going to put in the name and the name what them are going to use is Abantu Zulu. So the system say, all right, then we are going to put it on the record and them go so book bap. And them document up everything and them say, okay, since Abantu Zulu when him did born him, they weigh 10 pounds. We have 10 pounds of gold, but we are putting a one account. But this account is going to be a charitable account since you are a citizen. And the citizen means say you are a part of the public. We are going to create a trust that's it benefit the public. Them never say benefit you whether they're the private. And I remember on this platform we teach about how to become the private individual in conducting business on the face of the soil. So what you go on? The charitable trust you know that was created by the Administrator General of Jamaica, the Administrator General Department of Jamaica. So them say a charitable trust. We always talk about the charitable trust because people need to know. Charitable trust is a type of trust created for the benefit of members of the public. And the same government name it is a business entity. And this entity is in the form of a trust. And this trust is what the government use for tax people. With the big money they are come out of people trust fund when you hear say 500 million I go towards road, and another 500 million I go towards this, and another 500 million I go towards that. One thing say it is on the tax money. What is called the consolidated funds. So I go down in every single thing so the people can get a better in-depth understanding of what transpire. But for the ones that are just a forward, we are asking them to like the screen, share the live said we, make ones and ones know say we the out here, and we are share the knowledge. You see the prayer. So the charitable trusts were there for benefit members of the public. And the public means everything where the government control. We already passed the public and the private teachers. But if you know how to go back in night and join the classes. So the public, everything where the government control, my father. And it's a type of trust where they for benefit members of the public. And it is created where land or personal property is given in trust to be applied to a specific charitable purpose. The charitable purpose, I don't want to go down into the purpose of the charity because them say it have to help back the citizens them within the country. And the citizens are actually the ones that are subjected to the government rule and regulation. In a Jamaica, you hear about the public and the private. The public sector are everything where the government own and control. As I said earlier, the private sector is the ones them where control the government and control business on their own behalf. So we don't need, on the private side, we wouldn't need the Administrator General. And we are going to show you why we say we wouldn't need the Administrator General. Because we are adult beneficiaries to estates that are able to conduct business on our own behalf. So we don't need nobody to do business for we. That is what sovereign means. Sovereign means say you operate on your own behalf and you don't need no help. You are not incompetent to do things on your own behalf. So watch your style. Perpetual trust. The same charitable trust so they must say can get transferred or turned into a perpetual trust. Perpetual trusts are terminable. So you can convert this public trust remove the assets from out of the public and bring it in the private in a year. Living trust or in a your private trust so it can benefit you and your future generations. And that is a constitutional right to the whole we have. You see the prayer? So make a move forward there. We want to talk about the trust fund and how the trust fund operate. But before we go up on the trust fund, we are talking about administration of an estate and how the government end up administrating to everybody estate. And we talk about the government, we are talking about the Jamaica Labour Party administration. Why are they called the administration? Because they administer to people estate that they are not able to do it on their own. So people actually vote when an election time for people make decisions on their behalf. And that's why Granny used to say, mind your own business and don't say name Pambula and name it. Because them two proverbs there, famous Jamaican proverbs, we know everybody must know. Mind your own business. Everybody say it. Mind your own business. And don't see your name Pambula and name it. What it mean? Really and truly. Don't see your name Pambula and name it. That means there's something with my name or granny did that try to tell me. And it not just means so if learn to spell with name. Because majority of people who we are talking to right now, everybody know if to spell them name. Everybody know if to spell them name. Everybody know if to spell them name. This is common sense. And on the screen on the see a man and give a man a screen on the see a man and give a man a contract like the devil I say. Because the system is like these people you see in the black there with a tail in and two hands in them head. You see me, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, people. Remember that. But of evil principalities in very high places. So very high places. So the ball very high places. So the ball game where take place now. It's like the man give the man a contract and this typically take place. A man does say all you have to do is sign here. All you need to do is sign here. When them give the contract, them skip all the whole of the other page them where you have to read and tell us all you have to do is sign here. You see it? But in this case, the brother say, I can't sign this contract because it is not written in plain English. So people have to know the difference between English and legalese. Whole heap of words where people hear in English, them good things say, yo, a peace and safety when them there in the courthouse and hear all them word there. When a police pull up on and say a certain thing, when a lawyer attack, when the accountant them attack, when the bankers them attack, more while them say to you, we have to make sure so we attack the same language. What does that mean? Them have another language where them use. Them have another language, them have another world where them live in our world, right? So, and have we believe in say this is just life and just so things go. When a business them and transpire right along the roadway, them all vex when you ask them to read it. Exactly. When you say more a little time for go over this contract, most of the time them never want to give the time for even carry the contract out here. Them are going to tell you say them no want this contract for leave out of the office and all you have to do is hurry up and sign here. Implied. You see me, the whole of them thing they are implications. We can call it implications. Because implied trust them I deal with. Them just have force something down your throat, not telling you that you as the customer is always the creditor. The customer is always the creditor. Believe me when I say that. The customer, if you go in our shop and you say, you know, someone wants something for buy today, I'm going to pull up down at the shop there. I'm going to pull up at the shop. You say, serve. When you say serve, you know what does that serve mean? The serve literally means say you are called the servants them or whoever is offering a service, and if someone is offering a service, then basically in a business. You see the prayer? And everything in a commerce, you see me, you have way all private people deal with business, but face value, when we talk about commerce nowadays, what we are talking about? A man where you try do some form of implication, implying some contract for another somebody sign it. And most of the time, when you assign the contract, you know, realize say, yo, I don't want to credit this. When a man say, yo, no ram put my credit, my street cred, tell a boy don't ram put my street cred. What does credit mean? People who was what is, I'm tell you, say, this day in our life, and every day we live this, you know. Every day we live this thing, you know, my father. It's not difficult for we, you know. And that's how we say contract law versus common sense. Because every single thing I just think outside of the box. You see, pray. So it would they launch out both. And what I talk about the trust fund. We are go further down to the trust fund because we already explained to the ones them how the contracts them work. We want to end up in with the system. What is a trust fund? A trust fund is an estate planning tool that establishes a legal entity to hold property or assets for a person or organization. So everybody end up with a trust. We call it the charitable trust for the time being because most people don't set up a trust for themselves yet are not operating trust. You see, pray. So the trust fund, you know, is a thing where people can use to secure financial stability for themselves and future generations. You see me? It's a thing where if you have something of value, and me I tell you, say, believe me, people on the earth. You see me? People have so much different type of securities and people not even know what is a security. When you hear about security, when you think about the security forces, police and them people there. Now I realize that the biggest securities them we are transpire right now is in your estate and the bank of whatever country you come from. You see, pray. That are the type of securities where people supposed to are dealing in. That are the type of trust where people supposed to secure and make sure say, yo, you know think foreign from whatever the government I deal with. Where they are see Naya drop out and I one piece of chaos over him phone. Because people are saying phone should have there for sick for go to him data. And if Naya did have a trust set up, believe me, say would have that issue. Because him beneficiary would have already listed clear. Same data and beneficiary of all assets whether it be tangible or intangible. You see the pray? So it is important for every single person, when I say person, every single individual set up a trust. You see me? When the assets they want to have on the door know is some of the assets them will get vested into the Constitution of Jamaica. And we are talking about the rights them what people have, your voting rights so you have, your rights for life, your rights for liberty, your rights to all of them something that where them take and convert to a privilege and issue back to you as a citizen. People know them status, my father. And that what I talk about again. Status correction. Because we can't talk about trust if a man don't know who he is, my brother. We can't talk about certain things if a man don't know who them is or a man don't know what power them have in a real life. Natural rights. That is it, Father Skelly. You see me? Everybody have a set of unalienable rights so them supposed to express. And nobody now have to tell you that, my father. Nobody now have to tell my brothers and sisters them something because we already live it. But it's just a thing what them call FEAR or FARE. I don't know which way to put it. Fear or fear. People them a move like say, yo, something stop them from do things of really liberate themselves, but we can't make the decisions to people. The only thing we can do is issue the information when we know say who are going to need. So who have a listen here, we are make them here. You see me? And who have the ability to act upon the information where them know. Who are the wise ones? Because the application of knowledge is wisdom, you know. You can't say you know something and not do the right thing. Come like a back way you are going to life for that you do. You see me? So the status, you know, that is it, chop eater. Private living man or woman. The people say them status boil long back to, some people say them status boil long back to nationality. You see me? And that is a concept how we can work with to an extent. But for me, we have to say once you are proven to be a living man or a living woman, we're supposed to know say no man no more than no man upon the face of earth. And that is a maxim, one of the maxims of law. You see, one of the principles them when we work within a law. You see, pray. King, I big up yourself on the top in my father. You know, so they up on the ground just go on chip chop and dash out some information to the ones and ones them. every man must create a living trust in their name to convert all assets that is outstanding. That is it, my father. Already, I go through the Bible, you know, my brother. And it's like it has said, the kingdom come. The kingdom can only come on earth when a man or woman decide to pull them accounts up to record. Them never say when a man or woman. When a king decide to pull his account up to record, that means that every checks and every balances are outstanding. You put everything on the record. So I like the outstanding word of my father. You see it? So as soon as the ones and ones them decide, say, yo, something not go right. Because remember, say we have a receipt, you know. What is a receipt? When you get a receipt, the birth certificate me I talk about. The birth certificate, I'm sure I say the physical stock certificate, that's where the system identify it as. You see me? The stock certificate, which is a type of debt security that was issued by the government of whatever country you come from, is the mutual dividend in funds or stocks, should I say, where them issue to their investors. So when you stay so whoops and invest, everything is about accounting. I hold you accountable for your action. The book must be balanced. That is it, my father. Public and the private must always be balanced. And if we are operating at so much debit, if we been operating in debit from we born till now, you can imagine the amount of credit that is outstanding. Our debt. Debit debt. Yeah. We are shareholders of the corporate country. Basically. Just a light up my suit. Just a light up his suit. So stepping in the direction out of the charitable trust of people there now. You see it, because the system tell you say, yo, we can convert it to, or the charitable trust can be transferred to a perpetual trust, in the sense that it can operate for a period of time. You see me? As a living trust. You can convert it into being a living trust. That is it, man, my father. You know the thing, man. You say read, you know. Read and study and show thyself approved. You see me? Read and study and show thyself approved. And we are pass it on. Perpetual, forever. I say, because it is a constitutional right for the ones and ones them, you know. In a section 3 of the Constitution, it say, it is in the interest of every person, them did say, for secure for themselves and future generation the fundamental rights and freedom of the charter. So basically, them a tell you say whatever rights you did vest in the Constitution, you can take that and secure it for future generations in other places. So you have a thing where them call the office of the executor. Because remember, say the government is acting as a executive agency on the behalf of minor beneficiaries to estate where intestate has occurred. So intestate are when somebody dead without leaving a will. You see me? So basically, majority of our people them never really know about writing a will. Because when you hear about a man write a will, normal people never say them write a will. You see me? But a will is actually the person where them talk about in the Constitution. The straw man transferring all benefits, all rights, all interests in securities to whatever trust or, I never say trust, to an individual or entity. You see me? So the entity we are talking about, a trust is a type of entity, you know. You see me? A business is a type of entity, said we are. Company is a type of entity, said we are. So the government of your country is an entity, and it's a body corporate or corporate body. So they are acting on the behalf of citizens, basically. You see me? Yeah, my father. So the trust is the person, the trust is the straw man in this case. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is it, man, my father. So it's a thing like that, and as me show the ones them say. In a and how we there now. All we have to pray for do a step forward. You see, the great reset has already took place. So now I see the changes that might occur from now or from them time till now. People supposed to see a lot of changes that occur. You see me? These are the straw man now we are show people so they need to meet the straw man. Know what is the straw man. Know the difference between your true identity and the person where them say is you. Cause yesterday we are reason about it, you know. Living man, as you know, is alive, not a person or an individual. Accurately, my father, you slap the nail on the head. Cause in the system, they make it look like say it's separate. Them have the natural person and the artificial person. You see it? On the bank of Jamaica, them have a thing where them call the national payment system. And the definitions are on the side there. Them sure we say the natural person means the individual or corporate body entitled to receive dividend payment from whatever account there at the Bank of Jamaica. Basically, through one of the participants them said we, cause you know say people participating in the system as spectators and some people are move like them are participants. Being a spectator is you acting as the citizen. You just free and dumb. Stand up and watch every single thing or transpire you, and you not do nothing about it. Being the participant, you are actually the person that is tricking people to get involved in all of these implied contracts here. Or not force upon people and not force down people throat. You see me? So outside of the box, you know, it would come like say, yo, footballer play over there so. And you have PNP and JLP and some people stand up and say them and watch the ball game while go on. That time at that stadium. For people outside of the box, because outside of the box, outside of them circle, outside of them arena, you have living man and woman. I hit Skellington Dan just mentioned a while ago. Living man and living woman is totally different from the individual and the person. But more that show the ones them say you have a levels to the thing, said way. Because you have a time when you have to act as the person. Because the person is a straw man and how you control the straw man is pulling the string. So you have some time when you have to pull a one string or pull a two string. Because you control the debtor and you create the debt and you claim the debt. You see the prey. So the debtor is the slave that is there to work on your behalf. And that are the straw man. The straw man, they have to make sure say you are right true. You see, pray. So you have to know when to pull him string and when to pull another string and when to deal with things in the way how it's supposed to deal with. You see, pray. And at the said way, vice versa, when not to operate as the straw man. When not, because you will bring this thing to life, you know. Remember, say the straw man is a piece of paper. It not have no blood clot motion in it. It's a dead paper. It not gonna move unless the fan touch it. You see it, pray. And it not move and sign no document unless you literally authorize it to do it. And that have happen through your physical body. So your body becomes the surety. Your body, your physical body becomes the asset that ensures the straw man is in operation, basically. So you are the asset that is backing the straw man. And Skellington Dan would have teach you say it's asset back security. You see me? You are the asset we are back. The paper person. So the birth certificate is a ABS. Asset back security. And you can write down that so you can remember when you not talk to other people. You just get a one word a day out of the language because it's not easy at all, my father. It's not easy. It's not easy for you to explain yourself to people and you don't know how to explain yourself to people because the words them sound like them too big. No word not too big, believe me. You see me? People just need to get familiar with the terminologies them. You see, if you understand the terminologies where the boy them use, you have to realize everything where the man them attack when them go up on them podium and say, hey, the budget for this year reads as so. You have to find out every single trick in them system. You see, pray. You have to find out say something and something will just add up. Time when them money start attack them languages. So if it's a security, aka certificate, what that mean? There is a monetary value. That is it, Father Skeleton. I don't know if you want to send a request and check in or you're busy right now, my father. Give you some explanation about the security. Because most people don't really get the security as how security is. Face value. Because them confuse people with the Minister of National Security. You see the pray? So how do claim the monetary value? I don't understand the question, the good my father. You mean how you claim, how do you claim the monetary value? I today I explain. So first thing what you have to do is you have to get the title for the strawman. Every business have a creator. You see me? Everything that is here you can see right now, it have an origin. Where did it originate from? And that we have to figure out first. You see the pray? And we already figure it out and we go to know. Where the birth certificate come from? The birth certificate is from the RGD, which is the Registry of Births and Death, aka the Book of Life and the Book of Death. So if we get it from right there, so that means something and something. Where them get it from? If we get it from RGD, where did RGD get it from? Because we know say the people them start the government, you know. The people are in control of the system. It was the people that created the church, and the church created the state, and the government formulated. Say them are govern people mentality in a various different forms.
Yeah, chop.
Top of the day, my father.
Yo, love how you chopping everything, you try and brother, I swear.
That is it, man, my
Yeah,
father.
I love that, man. More knowledge, the more you can articulate it for the people that move us, though. I love that, man. I head to the barber, so we can go on, like I said, elaborate on the certificate and the
Yeah.
all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Somebody just said that asked about the money. So how do you claim how does one claim the monetary value?
Well, first of all, big up everybody on the chat.
Plasma, big up yourself on the top in now.
Yeah, man. So watch you now. First things first. You can't claim a dead man can't claim nothing. The dead have no claims to the land. You understand? The dead have no claim to the living. The straw man is dead, and if you are acting as the straw man, that means you are technically registered dead. You understand? So the first things first, one have to do is have to come back or resurrect or announce or declare themselves alive.
Yes,
So
you can call step one status.
Status, exactly. Status meaning you're correct in the record. Because RGD have you as dead in the system. So aka the birth paper is represented as a stock certificate, aka a death certificate.
Accurate.
Right? So until you go back from a trust standpoint, to make them know, say, listen me, I'm there, I am back, I'm not dead at sea, I am here in full life, living spirit, being flesh. I'm ready for come back from estate, for claim all monetary, all security agreements, all contracts, everything that was monetized on the strawman's operations, meet the rightful owner or the registered owner is rightfully here. So claim all of that. Overs?
Yeah, man, my father, fully. Well on point. You see me? So with the father said that a while ago, more the ones them situate when him say yo status and going back for the origin make people know how you make people know all of them something there. You have to first step for me, when I go tell ones and ones to do. You can put in an affidavit in the system on the court record, but you have the thing what them call the certificate of origin. And at the same thing as the certificate of live birth. The certificate of live birth is a document that was created, is the document that was created before the birth certificate. And it have all of the vital statistics will go along with it. In a Jamaica, it comes along with a verification letter that verifies that you are medically alive or you are the same medically alive. What should I say? You are the same live born that is listed on the birth certificate that was put in the stock market. I'm not sure if I explain it right. You see the pre. But I hope, I know I explain it right, but I hope ones and ones get what I try to say. You see the pre. So when you did born, the system document you, your value, your fair market value where you end up in the game with. Because when you did birth it, when you did get created, more people over so me I say. You see, when you did get created, is a total different thing from when you did born, and is a total different thing from when you did birth. When you did created at the same time when the sperms touch your egg in your mother, and life started that very moment. So when you did born, at the moment when you entered from out of your mother womb, and you end up upon the land. When you did birth, you know, and when the conversion take place of the live born to the birth canal. You see the prayer? Yeah, man, my father. Yeah, man. So I just explain the process in which them stay suburbs and captivate people. So how we get from out of them mental chains there now. The same certificate of live birth that is the vital statistic that was issued to the statistical department, and them send that off to the Bank of Jamaica, and the Bank of Jamaica then issued credits, initiated credits to the government of Jamaica. No, them initiated credits in an account for you. So when that account did there, you know, the government of Jamaica took your remains, which is your afterbirth, placenta, and everything that came into this world as a part of you. Them separated you from that, put it on a scale, and them call that you, them tag it as the name where your mother and father. Because earlier I did explain, say, your mother and father gave you a title, which is your appellation. The government converted that appellation into a name, and them call that a business name. And them the same business name are the same charitable trust, the SSTWKV trust or SSTWKV trust. When them created and say them put it in the hands of the government. So the government now make a claim from the Bank of Jamaica for debts. I should have said it. They make a the government of Jamaica then requests credits to be initiated into an account on your behalf. So them take the credit there, convert it into debits. Because remember, say when them take something from them, borrowed it from the Bank of Jamaica. This is the investment that took place. Them borrowed your credits from, and your credits was your weight in gold that was invested into a treasury deposit account. Them stay suburbs and borrow it as a debt. So the government borrowed from everybody who have a birth certificate and put it into the consolidated funds. The consolidated funds is actually the people and money. The people them trust fund money. So from that consolidated funds, and now the government constantly take out bonds in the name of people. So them bonds are come in the form of contracts. And people end up, bonds are the same thing as bondage. People end up in all different sort of bonds with the government from in the days of school. Signing a contract, say, yo, yeah, send your pit nigga basic school is a bond or an agreement between you and the school for the school to operate in a certain thing. And what the boy them do? While them shop your credit out of your account, cause remember, say the system, them operate, the banks operate in a debits and credits. So where there is a debit, there is also a credit. Debit, you know, is the same thing as debt. I hope the ones that follow me, because this can be confusing at times if people no overs what take place. You see, pray. I just see plasma upon the ground a while ago. Big up yourself, my father. Abantu, big up yourself and everybody we are tapping. So the trust fund business, you know, when the trust they get set up and the government decides, say, yo, them want $100 million to make the road, as me I said earlier, and another $200 million just for do that. Them borrow that from the people them. So everything where the government do, them do it on the people them behalf. Every single transaction where the government do, they are doing it on the public behalf. But because the people them convert them rights through the same constitution where everything get vested in the rights became privileges. So only a few people, and these people are the private people them on the land. I want to hear about the private sector organization. They are the ones that make decisions. You see me? So the government follow every single thing what they must say. Now, every man or woman, once you can prove that you are medically alive, and you don't need much to prove that you're alive. You see me? But the system, which is a dead system, only operate through writing. You see, the legal world is just a paper world. Words on paper. That is the legal world, basically. The real world outside of that are where them use as asset to back the legal world. So everything in the real world are where them use for support. Just like how them say, them use gold and silver for back money, fiat note. The system is backed or powered by a thing where them call human resource. And human resource is powered by living man and woman. So that are the conversion where people make per we, and that is what we need for undo, basically. And for undo it, it is a process where we're not gonna say it's a thing for everybody, because a whole heap of people will take on the road, and you see me, endurance is a thing. The race is not for the swift, but who can take time and read and study and show yourself a proof, because the information is there. It is there in the public domain, said we kind of the public could right now attack and I make people know, say, yo, a matrix exists and a straw man is out there and the system I do bag of things to the people that can be undone. Every single thing what the system I do right now is an option. So the people can stop it if them wish it. You see me? They just say no more of this. And so said, so done. Didi, big up yourself, you know. Chapita, I am. Full 100, my father. So meeting the straw man. Oh, yeah. Depend an idea. Yeah, my father, you can take a piece of those skeleton down.
Yeah, you can. Father. You can hear the barber share in a background.
No.
Oh, you can hear me clear. Right. Yeah, so for elaborate upon what you just said, as far as the ABS, the asset backed security, which is the birth certificate, right?
Yeah.
So what people have to understand, say, like I said earlier, you can't make a claim if you're dead. If you're dead, you cannot make a claim. So you need to ensure, say, you announce they're alive. And in order to do that, you have to have a declaration, an affidavit of declaration of life, right? Which you already technically have. You just have to go ask feet at the register of deeds, which is like we chap Bantu just say, you have to go register deeds and get the live life claim. Or the certificate of live birth, I should say, not live life.
And it comes along with a verification letter.
Yeah, it have to, because it's somebody actually a witness of it, say, yes, you are the living person who actually come get this title to this name, aka the straw man. Once you get that now, then you erect your living trust. And the living trust would have, let's say skeleton than living trust. You have to erect that. You have to, and a trust is not as complicated as people make it seem. It's just for you to read and understand the terminologies and the words what them use what to protect themselves in a trust. So let's say, for instance, me me and Bantu have an agreement, but the agreement is verbal, and we both parties, me and him, honor the obligation upon both ends. So if Bantu him a sell the cake, then when we see him a bake and a sell, right?
Yeah.
Him a bake the cake and him a sell them, but him not sell them for cash. Him a barter. Him a barter with me. Me not have no money. So I say, Bantu, here what? Me give you a cow for one of the things to them. You trust my word. You trust my word. Say me I go bring the cow. You understand? And me
And
trust
that is
you. Say
as
you go
simple
give me
as
the
a
cake.
trust.
And that is a trust. That is a trust between both living man or living being, right? So it's that simple. It's just you putting your will on paper so it can be done. Yeah, in the Bible said I will be
I
done.
like how you
You have
say,
to
I like how
express.
you say will. Put in
Yeah,
your
you have to
will on
express your will.
paper.
Exactly. You have to the will. Remember your will. You have to willingly do something. You know. So that's where the word will come from. You have to willingly act or perform.
So you
So
know,
when you
say,
hear a man,
me I say my father, that's one of the most challenging part of verified identity to most people. You see, when them go to RGD and the person say, okay, here is a verification form, but them give a blank sheet of paper to and say you have to write whatever your request or whatever you want to change or whatever you want on the paper. People confused. And the same will that them a ask you, you know, my father. When them a say if you write whatever you want, them a ask whatever
yeah,
you request of them.
yeah, because what people not understand, people. So a lot of people before you go RGD, they have to do the basic things, which is at least educate yourself on the terminology, because you have to understand. Say these people who are above us, they are administrators, meaning they cannot give you legal advice. Them cannot tell you off angle your affairs. So if you forward to RGD and I say, you know, so I find something on the internet and I hear about this, and I hear about this, and I hear about this. All you bring to court is hearsay.
Here
I'll know
say
you not bring nothing of
substantial
substance.
evidence.
Exact no substance where you have knowledge of, where you go do your own research and act upon. So you now act upon your own knowledge. You act upon somebody else's word or mouth. So when you go
Right.
RGD and say, you know, say, I want one of them bird paper there, but I don't want the bird paper there, I want the when name again, you know, the second bird, immediately you now go get it because them are look on you as incompetent.
Yeah.
You're still a minor, you're still a child. You understand? So them have us in a childish state. We no matter how old it is, it not have nothing to do with age. So when you hear them say, until you come of age of majority, they're not talking about the physical age. They're talking about knowledge.
That is it.
Because a man
Because
can be.
them can't say majority. Me just stick up in them for. You see, maturity, the age of maturity, what them call 18 years. A
Different.
female mature before a man. A woman mature before a man, me shouldn't say. A woman mature when she around 9 to 12 year old or something, somewhere around that age. And a man mature when them around 11 to 13. You see, my father? So
Yeah.
maturity of the bond and maturity of a man and a woman are two different things. And that is something we have to talk about one at a time for the life. You can continue, my father.
Yeah. So my advice to people is you have to at least get the basic understanding of terminologies and lingo, because you can't talk to if you don't speak Japanese, you cannot talk to a Japanese person if you don't know the language. Vice versa, you have to know the language in order to communicate. So when you go RGD now and I talk about things where you don't know about, they know where you are. They might even know where you're talking about, but they realize you don't know where you're talking about. So how me I go give you the power of Superman if you yourself don't know how to angle it? You understand? So it's not
Well
necessary.
said.
So the gatekeepers are there for that specific reason. So people don't go and cause destruction, because lack of knowledge will definitely create misuse of power. You
That
understand?
is it.
Yeah, all right. I don't know if you know what Spider-Man when Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man, listen, with great
Power come great
great power come great
responsibility.
responsibility. Exactly. So you take this, you gonna want just want this power, and you not have no sense of responsibility. No. You can't go give a little
I
2 year
me
well.
say to people, I that me say to people all the while, my father. You see
Yeah.
me? People want we to do something for them, and when at the end of the day, them don't know the first step. After I do for them, what them gonna do
What
next?
them are gonna
So,
do?
and that's
Exactly.
why we show people say read and study and show thyself approved. Sovereign means say you are the ruler of your own destiny. Nobody now gonna make a decision on your behalf. You stand up in your own square. You mind your own
Knowledge.
business like we are talking about earlier. You see me?
Yo, Eel, Skellington, Dan, Eel,
Real.
chap. Eel,
Up this my
everybody
father.
on the ground, Eel are like powerful one them.
Salute.
But yo, when me I say, brother, maturity, you see anything where you don't know, as what Skellington Dan say, he's novice, so he is still a child to it. So even when you reach 60 and 80, if you don't know how to administer yourself, you still
You still
consider
consider
a
a minor.
minor and the government remain your parents. You get what me I say?
Accurately.
So what me I
Accurately,
say,
brother.
it's like you have a car and you give a man the title and you have the copy. You have no power, no authority over the asset or the value of that property because you have a copy. Him have the original. So if me I give somebody something and me give him 10 diamond for keep and him write it down as gold. You say if me no go to him and correct him and tell him say a diamond me give you, a gold him a go have you underneath. You get what me I say?
And
So you
they say, boy, long to my brother, hit me and Skellington Dan did a reason about earlier. Until when the king come and bring him accounts up to bookkeeping or bring him accounts up to date. You see me? You want to forever be a servant to another king.
forever. Because even when you say you're free in your mind, the government own you on paper and him have all of your asset and all of your identification and everything locked up underneath. One banner, one trust, one value. You get what me I say? But you now as a living man have to go back and prove say you're medically alive. You have to elevate your mind first. Cause if Skellington and Dan and Chap help people and say, yo, get on a live birth paper. Now, what the next step? First step, you have to
Exactly.
get the knowledge. You have to get the knowledge. People have a hungry feet. We can administer your affairs. A your trust account. You alone can sign off, sign a signature and autograph. You alone can administer your affairs. You're no longer a minor. You don't need a fiduciary. When you get the knowledge, we can give a certain insight. You get what me I say?
And
But
you
when
know
a
what
man
the, what, the, what, the, what the beauty about it to my brother, as you mentioned, signature and autograph a while ago. Nobody can hold your hand and make you write a signature. And if somebody write your signature for you, it is against the law.
nil
It
and
is
void.
unlawful.
Nil
You
and
see the
void.
pray? So that
You
means
see?
that it is a choice that is always made. When a man take him pen and put on a piece of paper, a pencil or a marker, or even him finger and put it in a ink and put it on something. It is a contract. It we are talking about contract versus common sense.
And your
Most people not
signature is your
realize the common sense.
agreement to contract. And your
You see me?
autograph is, you get what me I say, is the secure part of the contract.
Pikachu asks, what is the benefits? The benefits of what exactly? A whole heap of thing we are talking
Alright,
about
watch out. You
Pikachu.
see, scrap that benefit thing there. You see, if people just a look for benefit, you have to go to one bank and make an investment and you get the benefit from that. And not just benefit. A strive,
No,
we have to strive.
I know what exactly she talk when she said benefits. Cause it can be the benefits of giving in your birth paper and get back your your live birth record. You're actually a free person. If you have certain information, because information we are talking about right now, and the
Yeah.
importance of attaining certain knowledge and applying that knowledge to your life and make it become wisdom. You see me?
All right.
So the benefit of doing all of that is you are going to become a firmer person of yourself if you are apply knowledge or you are search for the right information for validate things where you hear people say. Because right now we just a talk over here, so you can't use my word over here, so screen record me and go say, yo, this is it. You have to can prove whatever me I say. You see the
All right.
pray?
Let me add to that, right? So the benefit, before me tell you the benefit, and I go explain to you. So Jamaica, remember what the government of
Well,
Jamaica.
on the skeleton, and there's no benefit without challenges. Continue,
No,
my father.
nobody no
No
upset in
benefit
that,
without
sister.
challenges.
Nobody no upset, man.
All right, Pikachu. So listen, the government of Jamaica, just like every other country, is a corporation. What a corporation is a company. For the people who don't know what a corporation is, it is a company. Just like Pepsi, just like KFC is a company. The government of Jamaica is a company. If everybody upon the live understand that, just drop one in the comment. So we know so when they did it and I understand and can listen. And then I explain the benefit of what it is and why it is important for you acknowledge your the benefits that is given to you. Now, a corporation, KFC, or let's say Tesla or anything, you can buy shares to that corporation, right? And in order to become a shareholder, meaning aka an investor in that company, you have to spend your own money to buy shares, right? No. In the sense of when it comes to the bird paper and the government, somewhere you look on it. It's a company and you get a certificate when you buy shares. The only difference is you're not spending your own money to buy shares in the government of Jamaica because the government of Jamaica already used you as the money for collateralize and get loans and raise funds on the country's behalf. So you already invested your natural resources. You being alive may automatically makes you an investor in the government of Jamaica. So just like if you buy some Tesla stocks and some shares in a Tesla, you get a thing that they call a stock certificate, meaning proof of shares. It tell you how much shares you own. You can cash it in anytime. It's the same thing with the government of Jamaica. When you're born, they had to issue you. They had to issue you stock certificate with the amount of shares you own or control in the corporation, the government of Jamaica. If you don't understand that, drop a one, I'm going to continue.
Drop a one. Drop a
Yeah,
one.
if you know over that, I'm going to continue. Just drop
Before you continue, Skeleton, yesterday
yeah.
me post a screenshot of a chat with me and Barita Investment confirming that the birth certificate is the physical stock certificate and we can carry it in to redeem through them
Yeah.
as a participant at the national payment system with the Bank of Jamaica. You see
Yeah,
the
that good.
pre-
Remember me to tell you that. Remember me to tell you. But
Yeah,
you
man, me
just never
remember,
know.
man.
Yeah.
Me remember,
All
man.
right. So that's a one. So watch this now. Watch this now, my G. I hope me answer our question, Pikachu. So Pikachu. So when you go so boom now, and you understand that this is a stock certificate, and you are an investor in the government of Jamaica, not Jamaica, not the country, the company. You understand, okay, if me have shares in other company, who is responsible for me to go make a claim so me can redeem my shares? You have to redeem yourself because all debts was already redeemed. So now you have to make the initiative and figure out, all right, who is regulating the corporations in Jamaica or Jamaica itself, the government of Jamaica itself. Once you figure that out, then you know how to turn over. You go to them and ask them, what are the requirements to redeem my stock?
That
For
is it.
cash in my stock. Then I'm gonna say, do you have your stock certificate? What is the QSIP number? Then I'm gonna ask you where you need, where you have, and then I'm gonna tell you where you need to bring in so them can prove that you are a registered owner of the certificate. Because you don't want nobody got thief your shares. Just like if you buy
Definitely.
if you buy Tesla stock and somebody find your certificate, the name have to match with it, or you have to convert it or assign it over
Thank
to
you, my
somebody
father.
and sell it to them. So it's the same way with your birth certificate. Your birth certificate is a stock certificate proving that you are the registered owner of the shares and that stock certificate. So
So, continue, my brother.
so things what they ask for is usually the QSIP. The QSIP number is what we call the tracking number in tracking number where brokers
In a Jamaica, them don't have QSIC. Them have a thing what them call the ISIN, International Security Identification Number. But a similar, it works just
similar,
like the
yeah, similar.
QSIC.
Just like
Yeah.
so at the same thing. It's just like I'm glad you said that because like
Mm-hmm.
it is the same system, just different different names for the same exact thing. It just represent,
Accurately.
I'm just like social security is a TRN in the United States and TRN a social security in Jamaica. So
Accurately, my
same
father.
thing. So now you go to the broker because you have to remember you cannot take your birth certificate and go to a regular bank and say, yo, I go deposit my birth certificate. Because first of all, that is an incorrect lingo, incorrect language you're going to use. Because birth certificate cannot be deposited. It is not being recognized as a financial instrument if you say birth certificate. So what you have to do, you have to figure out what the birth certificate is classified as in a financial terminology. This is why it's important to understand what securities are. We not talk security down a barrel or down a archive. We are talk about we are talk about securities, financial instruments like check, cash, money.
And just to add to it, my brother, where I say RGD begin printing the new certificate that when people I get them I get printed on security paper. You see me? You
Mm-hmm.
can continue.
Right. So one of the main things where people go wrong is that they looking at the government of Jamaica as the enemy,
Country.
the enemy. But the government of Jamaica is not your enemy. The government of Jamaica is your partner,
Servant or servant. Call
your
them servant.
servant. Yeah, your partner. Because you remember, they are the ones who are building, aka the country, and and trading the asset that you gave them. So the more them progress, the richer you get. You just have to know how to redeem your shares.
And it's not really for say about redeeming the shares skeleton. One other important aspect we can add to that is we have to know how to direct we servants them in how to serve us in the way or we want to be served. You see me? Most people silent with what take place. Cause if people did not talk out against certain things, believe me, say them would get better treatment. But just through people just take every single thing where the government presume or implicate or imply upon them, it just go as how it's supposed to go. You see me? But me
Well,
know say you have ways and means.
well, this is true, but you have to remember
Yo,
this
my
as well.
father, I'm on a live right now. Jake in on the live or give me back a link in a 5 minutes or so. In a few minutes.
So this is the thing, right? Me and you know, say a lot of people. The reason why the government is acting the way they act is because it's not a lot of investors coming forward, like you say, and holding
That
them
is it.
accountable for their actions because they are misusing the trust of the people. So because we entrust everything in them and we're not holding them accountable with the trust that we give them, they just take advantage. So it's our duty to, because if Bantu put me in charge of administering him life, and they see be people that disrespect Bantu in their life, I mean they block them and kick them out. Bantu are gonna replace me. Because he must say,
Exactly.
you're
He's
not
not a good moderator, this.
exactly,
Or
exactly,
administrator, this. So that's
exactly.
why people constantly get rid of the JLP administration. Because remember, I said them are administration, you know, people. And administrators administrate towards people's estate. So basically, the JLP administration and the PNP administration are two sets of servants so people been a choose between, not knowingly that the position or the status where you are used right now is not the status to really direct them in the way how you want to be served. If I say that correctly, for people who understand. You see the prayer.
All right, Bantu. You know, may I go show you how important it is. Well, you know, but people on the live, may I show you how important it is. Why, on a need, especially now, on a need for understand just at least the terminology. Because I can tell you what to do A to Z. I can give you the paper them for do A to Z. Free of charge. Wouldn't even charge nobody. Just tell you know. And then still wanna know how to do it. You guys still would have never know how to do it and execute.
Basically.
Me go now gun, take out the bullet and go in the clip and everything except the for load it and still wanna know how to do it. Because what? You
Still
never
I
know
know
how to
say
do
I
it.
eat we see every day. I come on the live and explain to people how them can redeem them certificate of live birth. And as I come off of the live, you have 20 people that ask me the same thing. I'm just explain.
Because the people see, and we can't really blame them because people we live in a time where people are them lazy, the attention span short, and we don't know like read them don't know like read, and because of that, people always are gonna get left behind, right? And it is not my duty or your duty or anybody else's duty to convince somebody to save themselves. Me and you can't want it more than them for themselves. We can't want it want it for you more than how you want it for yourself. You get me? So me can tell you from day one, me can give you 5 steps and tell you how to liquidate to the estate and live happily ever after in the Netherlands. And you know that still don't know what to do. Because you can't go talk to a Chinese with in a English if you don't know English and you don't know Chinese. You have to speak the lingo, the terminologies. You understand? Just let me give them another example. If a police pull you over up on the side of the road and you start argue with the police are going to argue back with you. Because I realize that this person is incompetent, he don't know nothing about the law. So I can just deal with him anyway. Him is a enemy of the state. So I deal with him accordingly. He's a fugitive. But if you pull me over and the first thing I say to you say, me ask you the first question I ask you out of your mouth is like, what is the reason for your for interfering with my travels? It already put him on alert that this person is not the regular person. I'm saying
Yeah.
you violate my constitutional rights of my right to travel freely upon the highways. What is your probable cause for pulling me over? Was there a crime committed? Was there immediately you're gonna get a different response? Him now go argue with you because I realize you're competent enough to actually get him fired or get him what do I call it, disbanded from your insurance.
That is
Right?
it.
So it is very important for you understand the lingo and the terminology of in order to communicate with them. Because miscommunication is the downfall of a lot of things what we are do. Because we not know how to communicate. Right?
Accurate, G.
Right? So watch this now. A 10 page, 5 to 10 page living trust, for the people who have computer or even your phone, just go up on Google, use the thing when name Claude AI or what you call it, Gemini in a Google, and just type in, create me a example of a living trust. And it will do it in a 10 seconds for you, so you can at least see how it look, see the verbiage where it be used, and then you start research it. At least do that. So that way they don't know. And then you say, explain a living trust to me. You talk to AI now, you know. So if you can't afford for book Bantu, or you can't afford for go get a one-on-one with somebody else, just go to AI and ask it to break down what a trust is. And if you don't understand the
And the
terminology,
ultimate way that, my father, because even
yeah,
after we draft the trust and everything for people, we still have to go through it. So might as well people do the due diligence. So when
yeah,
them get the trust or them see a
know
trust,
to use
them
it.
can know say, yo, this is this and that is that. Know the definition, them, the people them will take part in the activities of a trust. Like the
Right,
trustee, the grantor, the beneficiary, the testator and all them something. They know
right,
the definitions and them something. You see me? Because it's
right.
important at the end of the day, a phone no trust it a go be. You
Right,
see me?
because watch this. If let's say you say that, what is a trust? And then AI tell you say a trust is a such and such and such and such, and you still lost. All you have to say, explain it to me for a 5-year-old. And I go break it down. So if you don't understand that when you break it down as a to a 5-year-old, then mean something wrong. You need to go back and just leave this thing alone. Because no no real talk. Because like when I don't understand something, I may ask AI, I'm gonna understand the lingo and the term, and I'm gonna say, yo, I break it down for a 3-year-old to understand. And it going at the 3-year-old, and I'm gonna say, oh,
The
okay.
steps, the
You have to,
steps for record a trust. Yesterday I post it in the WhatsApp group I have up and running. I think you did send me that couple of years, last year or year before last,
yeah.
father.
Mm-hmm.
That are the same steps I show people say get your trust draft up. With
Yeah.
Skellington then I show you say you can go up on Claude AIR.
Yeah. Utilize the internet. Internet on a sit down and busy and watch waste people on TikTok. I waste on energy and I give them on the energy. On the need for take on the phone and turn to
A
something.
will is also a type of trust. You see the
Yeah.
prayer. And a will is important for every man said way. And we are sure the one say it is important for preserve the rights from your trust. The only way you can do that because the straw man is a dead man. So the straw man have to actually press a button for say, okay, we are going to transfer this thing right here so over into that trust account there right here. So where you already set up that are your living trust with Skellington that I
Right.
explained to you. You
Right.
see, pray. So we
You
have to know
conserve
the game we
everything
are
else.
play. I remember say the system already give you the whole of the rules. And probably never explain every single thing to it. But we already know say yes and no are the two senses them we will have. You see me? Contract or not contract, that is an unalienable right we have said we. We have to know when to do it and when not to do it. How to do it and where to do it. I have the private and the public, and you know, so we represent for the private, but at the same time, the private man still live in the public in some cases. You see the pre. Private really means say you're private, and public means say you are public. And you have public and private will operate every day interchangeable through them one another. Cause the same RGD. People know say the RGD have two face. The RGD, which is the Registrar General Department, is also known as the Island Record Office. So a two face that the one building have a private side and a public side. But when we go into the building, what we have to do? Public business or private business. You see the pray? Everything boil along back to the type of contracts. You see me? Are we recording or are we registering? You see it? So it's a thing like that said we. More of the ones them I take notes of what take place today. So we have a great teacher who pass through on the platform. You see it? Who not in tune with Skellington than or who not familiar with him. You can follow him and check out him page. Alright, that's how we start from said way. You see me? Check out the platform, check out him post them. You can check out my post them said way, but I know say most people already affiliated with what take place on this platform. Yeah. Check out Skellington and link in him bio. Him have some books in him bio were very vital. You see, pray. So when you make sure so when you go download, when you can download. If you know want to listen to the rebroadcast of the past classes, them when they have in the past. Remember me I tell you say vital information. So everybody when new upon the platform, I want to ask you know, a little interaction with people in the comments. What brought you to Abantu Zulu platform? What bring you over here? The birth certificate. Can I realize I post up a video since recently we go viral where I said the birth certificate actually for you page. Quiff them. That means it go out in the algorithm. Give thanks to the support. People are tap up the screen and people are share the live. Now I get no whole heap of gift or nothing. But respect for the love we I get from the people. That's all we need for go forward. You see me? Share the message. You see it? So we are say, what bring on to my page? The for you. Or is a post. I post up a video since recently we go viral with a woman questioning AI. Because Skellington done just a reason about AI. It's like she say, yo, the birth certificate, what is the straw man? And she said the straw man is a thing where the government use to enslave people, physical body, making them believe that the government name is actually their name. And the government is indebted. The government is a debtor. The government is the main stock corporation where hold stocks for all administrative agencies on the land. You see the priest, so them are the merchants who come do business on the land. The land belongs to the living man and the living woman. So when all of that transpire now, them trick you to believe that you are actually the person that is on the paper. Really and truly, when them did know behind the scenes, the paper person is actually a security and you are actually the value. You are the value behind the paper. You bring this paper to life because you are the living person. A paper can't sign itself unless somebody did ink pen a feather and write it back in the days. A pen and paper them I use now. You see, pray. Our people start use biometric information because we are heading at the new age. We are in the new age, in the new world. You see, pray. So, all heap of things that transpire in front of our face. And the greatest thing, we can undo every single thing if you know already one computer. Once you can prove that you are medically alive, you can undo every single thing that transpire right now. And it starts the same way how we enter into the system, and the same way we are going to exit through the system. So the culprit we want to see on the screen right now is the straw man. You see me? That's a one image film. The birth certificate, or we call it the physical stock certificate. In this case, you see, pray. So where we get this thing from? I sure no one can trace the footprints them easy, because common sense, you know. It's a common sense versus contract law. Implied trust versus the express trust. You see, pray. The same way how you get in your system, or you get in the system, my brother, is the same door. We are enter back, we are exit through. We enter through the RGD with the registration of birth. You see me? The registration of birth literally mean that you were registered as a vessel that birthed on the government of Jamaica. Because the government of Jamaica operate upon the waters. The waters mean maritime law. So you basically got docked, which is documented, or you end up in the docks of the Jamaican government waters. So the government claim you as one of their products and they put you on the shelf with the documentation of a birth certificate. Commercial waters, that is. Thanks to the clarification, my father. You see me? So when all of that stays up oops and transpire now, you entered into commercial waters. So you started doing commerce. You started doing business. You see the pray? So the whole of the contracting thing there, how we are going to undo it? The same way how we enter into the water, where we are go back, go jump out of the water. Because if you go to the river banking and dive off headway and you splash into the water and be water and you say you want to come out of the water, or you come out, you have to go up on the river banking and climb out back. So the banking what we are talking about is a little bridge between the water and the land. And that are down at the RGD. Said place how go down there, we join a long line outside and tell them say we want to get a birth certificate. Same way we are go down there, join the long line and tell them say, hey, we want to verify our identity to be the reflection of the living soul and the person that is named on this birth certificate. You see me? You have to ask them, is there a form available? Remember, say you're not going to RGD go argue with the people because who they are the front decks, I want dummy more than me and you. Them dumb. Believe me. Them don't know nothing what transpire. Because them are one slave to the system and them are issue slavery documents. I will never go say slavery documents. You see me? Because we pass the slavery business there right now. We are talking about the stock corporation documents, them, the documents that put you in the jurisdiction of being a citizen. And a citizen is subjected to the rules and regulations of the same corporation we are talking about. So the correction of the error where they make take place, you make them know, so we are ask them, please, is there a form that I can fill out to verify my identity to be the person, the individual of the person named on this certificate? You see me? We're not going to tell them back a thing about securities and them there. Because remember, I said the birth certificate is not the Bank of Jamaica. The birth certificate is just the RGD, should I say, is not the Bank of Jamaica. The RGD is the side of the government that registered and record all stocks being entered into the government registry, basically. You see, pray. You say, how does this work for Jamaican parents with kids born in the US? You could have answered the one the skeleton done. How does it work for Jamaican parents with kids born in the US? Basically, me would say the same for the same. Because everybody will have a birth certificate, have a certificate of live birth, and you can request it. And if you don't want to do it, you can get somebody to request it on your behalf. And once you get that certificate of live birth, because they are Jamaican, we get certificate of live birth for people who are born already here. You see, pray. So you can get it for your youth. And once you get it, that is a title you hold right there. So. And your title, you can secure your title as your asset in a trust of your choice. You see me? Because that was in the express trust held by the government of Jamaica. You see, pray. So that's basically it. I don't know if no one else have no more question. What about your kids that are not born in JA? You see me? Chap 10, big up yourself, you know. Massive, my God. So everything boils along back to contract and common sense. We are agree with everybody have a choice to say yes and no. It is an unalienable right. Nobody can force you to say yes. Nobody can force you to say no. Nobody worse can force you to sign for no contract if you don't understand it. You see, what box should we tick on the verification form? It me and skeleton than a reason about my father. Once and once, if you have a farm, my brother, then you have a reason for the year. And it's a consultation basis we have a reason upon Abantu. You see, pray. I say we show the ones and ones them say I have to do at least the basic research. The basic, you're supposed to have the basic information in your head. If you don't have the basic information, my father, you can just don't waste your time and go down there. Because them are going to test you. And even if you full out the farm, them still are going to test you. You see me? If them can go through the farm and see something and something not add up right or so, them are going to test you. Them are going to ask you 1 and 2 questions and they might deny you said way. I'm telling you, around 3 times I go to RGD before I get my verification done, my brother. I go down there the first time, I never know what I talk about. I'm mad, I get mad down there on the woman. You see me? The second time I go down there, I get mad again. I did have to go to our supervisor. You see me? And the supervisor still tell me say she don't know nothing what I talk about. You see me? Because I talk about bag of straw man and slavery and bag of this and bag of that. People don't hear about that. Basically, you just have to verify your identity to be the same as the person that is named on the birth certificate or the beneficiary. You never want to tell them about the beneficiary. Because you ask them for a certificate of live birth and a verification letter. And that is your unalienable right. You are request from the system right there. So you see, pray. Bunny Smoke, pick up yourself, my father. No joke. No joke, my father. Manners and respect in every aspect. You know where something go. So the affidavit of declaration where Father Skelly talked about earlier. You see me? I say me did want see if we can run through some of that in a little more or in a tomorrow. Depends on the ones and ones them timing. How do I utilize it? What do I do with it? With what exactly? When I say how do I utilize it? What is it exactly you're talking about? The birth certificate, or the certificate of live birth, or the trust, or the contract, or give me a little clarification the UGC with KIQI. How do I utilize it? What do I do with the trust? Oh, so the trust, you know, depends on the type of trust we are talking about to again, my brother. And that's why we always, when Skellington Dan said the lingo and the language, it is very important. You see, now that's, me understand the language where them use in a legalese and in a finance to an extent, because I'm not telling them I know everything. How do I utilize it? What do I do with it? With the trust, basically you don't know what is a trust. What is a trust? I would ask you some question and make you answer yourself. Okay, so when requested that from the RGD, where do I go with the live birth paper? All right, where do you go with the live birth paper? You mean like what is the next step when you get the live birth paper? So as Skellington Dan did I mentioned earlier, you see me? How to redeem your shares in stock, you see me, from any corporation, whether it be the government of Jamaica or it be Pepsi, as Skellington Dan did I use the example about Pepsi earlier. So after you get the title, if you say this is the title for the strawman, then in a Jamaica, you have a system where set up what them call the national payment system. And I feel like some I'm gonna pull it up and read through it right now, make people can see what me I talk about exactly, because people understand. People understand some things. You see me? Let me pull it up on my laptop. The national payment system facilitates payment from the Bank of Jamaica to investors. Let me pull it up. Let's see if we can get in a long way. You see me? So basically, I know my father, what I'm saying to you is that national payment system Jamaica. All right, Jamaica is introducing a national digital payment system. Oh, we don't want to hear about the digital one, a pussy clock. So they may have a portal set up. CSD rules. All right, so this is it. The national payment system from JamClear, you see me? Central Securities Depository Participants Rule. And this are for the participants, then people who are participating in the national payment system. And the first thing we are going to run through are the introduction. You see me? The definitions them. So accounts are settlement account. Settlement is another word you're supposed to get familiar with. Means say you balance things, you settle things. Settle as the people know you settle a dispute, just like that. So beneficial owner is the natural person, but earlier Skellington Dan make you know say a person is a person, whether natural or artificial. You see it? Our corporate body entitled to receive some or all of the benefits of ownership of a security or other financial instrument. This is a trick one, and a levels to it said way. You see it? So after you stay suburbs and connect up with the CSD and you make them know say what go on, them are gonna send you over to the Jam Clear that are over upon the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And when you go over upon the Jamaica Stock Exchange, them are gonna tell you about setting up an account. After you set up an account, you know, you have a link with a broker. The security where you have is a government issued security. I'm gonna see if I can pull up this again. Dematerialize. First thing where you have to do, I dematerialize the security. Dematerialization of Jamaican government security. Let me see. All right. So the Government of Jamaica Securities Dematerialization Act. You see me? Dematerializing the security means say you break it down from one format to another format. So bank mean the Bank of Jamaica established under the government of Jamaica. Dematerialize in relation to a security means that the prima facie evidence of the legal title to a security established by an electronic book entry. So the electronic book entry are the credit where them are talk about. So the value of the security, because earlier change upon the stock market, and the stock market is the Jamaican stock market, and that away them trade Jamaican securities on. So the ball game where I play, I know my father. Dematerialization means the issuance and recordings of securities in an electronic format. What is a security though? You see me? So we are going to go upon the Securities Act of Jamaica. We are going to break it down to, you know. We are going to break it down to, no man. Securities, Securities, Securities Act of Jamaica. You see me? Securities Act. We are going to explain to you what is a security according to the Securities Act of Jamaica. You see the prayer? Securities mean certificate of participation, any instrument like bills of exchange. And we are talking about government issued securities. So what going at this thing the right way? You see me? And these are from 1993. I think you did have one before this. No, it's not load up. So basically, in the Securities Act, it will make you know what is a security and how we deal with securities in a Jamaica. What them classified to be. I see the PDF for this. See the fucking thing. The ones them are there and I follow through. Go and like up the screen and share the live, said we. See if we can pull up. Securities Act of 1993. So while this a load up, make it go and load. While this a load up, we are talking about the dematerialization of government issued security. And them a give you the instruction as in we dematerialize. Because this is an act. And an act mean say the rules and regulation that governs the securities, the government issued securities. And we are talking about the government of Jamaica said we. You have land bonds, specified act. You have the land bond act. And this is an act where them use to convert people to land. This is the act that explain. Is an act where I explain now when I'm a class. I think a class number 4. You see me? So people can go check out the one day. We explain land acquisition and all of them something there. You see it? The loans, national saving bonds, local registered stock act. And this is another act where vital to people said we Treasury Bill Act. You see me? The equity, loans, equity investment bonds. You see, right so them talk about dematerialization and the type of securities that are linked to. Fuck this. But I want to find, I can't get for pull up, the Securities Act, I really want to pull up so I can show you what are securities. Click on local registered stock act. Let me see if I can find it further. I'm going to pull it up. Local registered stocks. And the local registered stocks, you might be surprised. The same thing I'm going from right to say, oh my God. Them boy and load up. Yo, I got to charge up all of them things. Load up and make you know what is what. You see, pretty. Alright, these are the local registered stock acts. You see me? 16 page. Repayment of principal, interest and payments thereof. Interest and stock. So, I'll go through the definition them. Certificate to stockholders. Certificate holders. So, we I tell people say you are not the owner. Infants, person of unsound mind and joint owners. All right, you see the Companies Office, the Companies Act of Jamaica, 400 and odd page. I know some people not gonna read that, but in the same act there, registered stock means Jamaica local registered stock issued under this act. Registers including any books kept by the registrar under the provision of this act. The registrar, you see them say the registrar. I'm going to show you who is the registrar. Because from where they may show people say, A one signature alone upon the birth certificate. And where is that signature coming from? The registrar general and deputy keeper. You see me? That way, them a talk about right so. So stockholders mean a person. And them never say a living man or a woman. Them say a person holding registered stock and entered as proprietor thereof in the register kept under this act. So this act shall be applicable only to loans raised in the island. So local, domestic thing that I tell you about right so. Minister power to raise money. Whatever by any means of authority. I'm going to tell you, say, this is the way how them take out bonds from people, right through. So whenever by any law authority, wherever by any law authority is given to the minister to raise any sum of money for the purpose mentioned in such law, the minister may from time to time, as he may deem expedient, raise such sum or part thereof by the issue of registered stock to so-called be. The principal money and interest to be paid. Such person from time to time. So let me say that all ago. The principal monies and interest secured by any registered stock created under the provision of this act are hereby charged upon and shall be payable out of the consolidated funds and assets of the government of Jamaica. Who see this? The principal money and interest, is it right or so? Shall be paid. That's a 40 man, my God. So basically, them are showing say the government, every charges we get created shall be paid by the government. So the principal money, the principal are we, man, are we make the investment, my brother? Are we are the principal we made the investment into the government, and the government should repay we, and it should come from out of the consolidated funds. Consolidated funds is the people and money where the government have. You see the pray? Basically, that's where the government get them funding from. Which act is this? It is called the Local Registered Stock Act of Jamaica. You see the pray? Such person, a register shall be kept by the registrar. So the register, I always tell people, say the register and the registrar are two different places. So a register shall be kept by the registrar. You see me? In which shall be registered. And them say that kind of complicated so people might not get it. What is the registered stock that every citizens have? That is a question for the people in the comments. That is a question for the people in the comments. What is the common stock where everybody hold in a Jamaica? The same thing we are talking about, man, the birth certificate, my father. Abantu Hakim Star. Big up on yourself and really check in on the one day. So a printed copy of the documents containing the authority for and conditions of the issue of the registered stock and of all regulations made under this act shall be entered into the register. So the registrar may from time to time, with the approval of the minister, make arrangement to blah blah blah. The creation registrar is so blah 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 blah. Hold on. The payment of interest on such stock. So interest are something we want to talk about. Interest are like profit. Remember, I move too fast, real man. I move too fast. This is important, and I just 16. with relation approval from the minister make arrangement in a printed copy of the document containing the authority for and conditions of the issue of the registered stock and all regulations made under this act shall be entered into the registrar. So a printed copy of the document containing the authority. So the document containing the authority are the same thing as the certificate of live birth. And upon the stock exchange, the portal, the instructions for the same thing we did upon earlier, national payment system. Them tell you say a verification of the security is needed from the issuing agency. So the issuing agency that issued this document, which is the birth certificate to people, the verification from them is the same certificate of live birth or the verification letter that goes along with it, which proves that this is actually a valid security and the person that is holding this security is actually the same person that was born medically alive. Come and find out something else in the system too. To the guys them do them thing. You see, if a baby born, whether the baby born and drop out or whatever, at the same value get entered on the stock market and them lost everybody at sea. Because the birth certificate is actually proof of death, you know. You know that? The birth certificate is actually proof of death. The birth certificate is a death certificate. If people over so me I say. You see, pray. I just send a request a while ago. I don't know what transpire, my God. Just send an invite, Mugji. So the birth certificate is a death instrument that was issued by the government of Jamaica. You see, pray. Death instrument with them issue. Yeah, my father.
Yeah. Go back to the screen where that talk about transfer of the certificate. Of the stock. Reason. Yeah. Hold on there. Alright, Chris. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Enough respect. Alright. Yeah. So read the part where it say the registration transfer, wait I tell you. Local registered stock. So before you even go no further, stay right there, say local registered stock. For everybody where they on the live and you don't understand where I read the whole time. The local registered stock is the bird paper. Local, them I refer to in the country where you're in Jamaica. Because remember they have stocks all over the world. They have bonds all over the world. So they have to identify it as local. It's not an international stock. So let's say, for instance, somebody leave from Jamaica and migrate to the United States. That would be considered an international / domestic stock in the United States. Because the naturalization certificate is now where they say them say you denounce Jamaica, now you become a citizen of the United States. So now you have two bond, aka bird paper. You still have your original local bird paper of Jamaica, then you come here and create a new bond with
I did that explain to one of my clients them yesterday.
Oh.
So the social security person is a different person from the birth certificate person.
If you use a naturalized citizen, dual citizen, yeah. So black to this right now. So this right here where it says local registered stock. Remember earlier we was talking about securities, right? And securities, a stock or a bond is also a form of security. No, a security, which is your birth paper, gives you a security interest in the corporation. So you notice what it says, a register shall, read the part there, shall be what? Kept.
A register shall be kept, and a register is a record of what took place, and what took place is the birth. or them
No,
call
yeah,
it a birth, but a
hold
child
on.
was born and them convert it to a birth and them recorded it,
Yeah.
documented every single thing, and them call it the register, shall be kept by the registrar. So like when you go to school, let me break it down a little bit for them.
Mm-hmm.
Your teacher have a book where them call the book the register.
Right. You
You
have to
see
clock
me?
in every morning.
Ah,
Present miss.
accurately. And that is kept by the registrar. The registrar is the Bank of Jamaica. And this may I show back people again as proof. The only signature on this document is by the registrar general and deputy keeper of the records. And at the same thing we are talking about right so, the registered stock. This is proof of the certificate, the stock certificate. You see, pray. Yeah, my God.
Yeah,
You
that
can
is proof of
proceed.
the stock certificate. All right, cool. So what it say now about the transfer off? Read the part there it say.
Um,
Come here drive, so I can. Right
all
on diamond.
registered,
All transfers off.
yeah, all let me read A first. All registered stock at the time of issue, and all transfer of and dealings in such stock under the provision of this act. You see me?
All matters required by this act to be entered into register. All right.
Accurately.
So for the people who don't overstand what this I say, it's basically saying the registrar, aka the teacher, aka the administrator, aka the person who over all of the accounting or the documentation of the accounts, is the only person that you can go to and ask about the stock, because of them I hold the books, of them I keep the books, of them responsible for the birth certificate, the stock certificate. And them alone can release your information to anybody.
Accurately.
So
And you
go
can
back to
get it.
such purpose.
Hold on, I just want to show them something. You see, you can get it. It's only that a crocodile have the key in their mouth. You see me pray? I'm going to go back to where
Yeah,
I say now, my father.
the coat of arms, yeah. So go back to where it said number 6. Where it said number 6?
Such person as from time to time be appointed by the minister by ordeal, by order. Let me read
No,
again.
no, 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 no.
Such
Slow down.
person,
Chap,
yeah,
slow down again and read that line there again. Because you
yeah.
miss out a key word in that.
Such person as may from time to time,
Ah.
you see
Why?
me?
What the word they mean? Made. Meaning not,
May
it's not
mean
necessary.
if they bring their books to up to date, if they put the record, if people request to bring their records up to date, and the record is the same date them when you go to school and say present miss. If you check off every single thing, the calculation them of every single transaction that took place in the name of this person, which is the straw man. You see me?
All right. Continue.
You see me?
Yeah.
Shall may from time to time be appointed, and them say from time to time, if people choose, when them choose, how them choose, or whatever, be appointed by the minister. So that means you must request after reaching the age of majority to do whatever you want to do. By order shall be the registrar under this act, and he shall have the custody of and be responsible for the register. So if uno get where this say a while ago, it say you literally go to the minister and tell the minister say, hey, that registrar that has been keeping the register or the records on my behalf, me want uno to pass it to me, and the minister may decide.
Exactly.
The minister may decide from time to time if you are fit, whether you competent enough or you reach the age of majority or whatever. You can do all of them things on your own behalf. Then he shall have the custody of every single thing directly to
Exactly.
you.
So slow down now, Maji. So
Yeah, my father.
this person say, great. So is this the same for me in the UK or no? No, listen. Jamaica is under English law, English common law, which is UK, right? It doesn't matter where in the world you are. It's just a matter of understanding the puzzle. So we are reading what the act name we are reading right now?
The local registered act. Local registered stock act.
Stock.
Sorry about that.
Exactly. So you say it sounds different. So what are we talking about? We are talking about securities, stocks, and bonds. So what you need to do is go back into your country online and type up the Security Exchange of England or UK, because that's where you're gonna find the acts for
If
these
we're not
things.
lazy enough not to do it, all you can do is send me some whole heap of money. Cause my price just gone up again. You see me? Yeah.
So
I
so
do it for now.
what you have to understand, people, you have to understand that we are dealing in commerce, we are dealing in business. So you have to read the lingo, the business lingo, stocks, bonds, securities, and that is what you are in the system. You are a stock, you are a chattel, you are a resource, you are minerals. Remember God make way out of clay, man, the dirt, man.
That is it.
So when
That
so
is
so
it.
so so for instance, when you go to the register of deeds and you say you're ready to go fund your trust, and them say no, you have to have land figure, you have to have piece of land for fund your trust. But the land stand up in front of you. But you have
So
to
so
know
that
how
is
to work.
where the land bond act come in now, my brother.
Exactly.
You see me? That is where they converted people to that explain
Oh,
furthermore about the local
yes.
registered act.
Yes, because
What
here
is the
what now?
local registered act?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
see me? Because local mean, sorry, my brother. Local mean domestic. And domestic means the whatever they are grown right or so.
Yeah, the ear where
Whatever
the
we can see right now. You see the pray. So the Land Ban Act, me going to pull it up. Me never pull up that. Security interest in personal property. I feel like that people need to know about. Because that we are talking about. Security interest. Because we have the securities. We already have the security already. So understanding what is a security interest is the next step I feel like people need to know. Security interest, because the security of the assets where they the stock certificate I was looking at a security right now. So having interest in this means that you're interested in a whatever fund or benefits this are generate.
no,
You see the
it's
pre, and
you're
that's
right.
what people need to know about, so you can take the next step for transferring that interest into credits. So you can operate on phone own behalf with it. Transfer it to a trust like Skellington Dan say a while ago, how to fund your trust account with your securities where you have.
Look here, chap. I'm gonna ask the chat a question.
Yeah, my father, may I hear you?
Does anyone here, and excluding house, car, land, money, a bank, all of them something, outside of those, do you guys own any assets? If anybody here own assets outside of house, car, land, and if you do, drop a one in the comment. And if you do, with the one beside the one, list one asset that you consider an asset outside of a house, car, land, any of those. This person say, yes, my life. Okay. Myself. All right. All right. So technically, everybody, you're right. You're right, But how would you convey that to the regular person in life? Like, okay, that's your asset. Can you go to the bank with it? Can you go to the bank with your life and say, hey, I can use my life as collateral to get me some money? This person said, this person, the certificate, everything my name is on. This person, kids. All right. All right. Love the interaction. So let me explain. So when you guys say myself or you, yes, you guys are right. But you have a thing called intellectual property. right? Intellectual property is usually what you create, right? So you have to bring it into the physical realm for it to have some form of value. So you yourself have value, but you have to perform to create and show that value. You can't just you can't just outside and use a bum homeless sit down out a road and just not contribute any form of creativity to society, because God created you as a creator for create, for expand and flourish, plenish the earth. So if you're just here as a bum not contributing anything to God's earth where Him give you, that means you are just of no value because you don't deem yourself valuable, right? So this is the thing. Your creation. So you wake up today and you create something and you write it down. That is something of value because that's an intellectual property that you created. You're right. Every day you wake up, you're writing your life. You're writing your story. You're writing your story every day. So every day you wake up is a new chapter to your book, right? So when you go to the bank and the bank said to you, what do you have to put up for? Let's say you want to get a $10,000 loan and you go and say, oh, I don't have anything. I don't have any cars. I don't have any land. I don't have anything. I don't have anything of tangible asset. But did you know you can actually go to pledge a promise, which people do it all the time. But how does that promise come to life? Through contract. You promise to pay. So what did you did? What did you do? You created a bond. You created a bond. That's because remember, if the bank didn't have you, the bank couldn't make any money. Because if they didn't need you, they wouldn't need you to sign and write or create any form of value. So you yourself is not only the value, because you yourself without action or will or meditation or we would be basically be just existing. But you have to be performing every time to be valuable, if that makes sense. Because if you have cash or gold and it just sit down on the ground and nobody not use it, nobody not pre it's not valuable because it just nobody not use it, nobody not think it's valuable. But if me get up and say, hey, me I go use it and turn it into this or me go trade it with that, now it's valuable because I made you believe it is valuable. So, so to create value, it needs action. It needs some form of action or some form of belief in in what you are using as the value. You get what I say? So if you guys understand what I'm saying, press 1. So now when we say intellectual property, whatever you create becomes valuable to whom you're doing business with. So when you go to the bank now and say, listen, I have my birth certificate here. And this birth certificate, according to the stocks, what the act name? What the act name again?
Local registered act.
Yeah, the local
Local
register.
registered stock act.
Right, the local registered stock act. This birth certificate is acting as a stock certificate from the government of Jamaica. Because you have to remember, if the banks realize you don't know what you're talking about, they will laugh at you. Remember, they will laugh at you. So when you explain and show them the acts and say, hey, this is the government of Jamaica, not a corporation, the banker look at you and say, well, yes. And then they say, okay, am I not an investor? They might go look by you and say, how can you be an investor? I say, well, I have proof here. Here goes my stock certificate, which is the birth certificate. And that birth certificate right here, according to the Stock Act of Jamaica, it is a stock certificate that holds value, and I am the registered owner. But in order for you to go into the bank, you have to do what the article just said. You have to go to the registrar and the minister and say, Minister, I am now competent enough to handle my own affairs. I need you to make me the official registrar over my own registry. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. If it
Makes
makes
sense. But you know, it's talk over people, it said we.
if it makes sense to the people, them drop some one. If it don't, drop two. We go again. Now more layman terms. Okay, so people say it makes sense. All right. So Andre say it don't make sense. Andre say it don't. Andre, you see you two one time. You alone it not understand. All right, so me break it down. So you have
Ask him which part I don't make sense. Because sometimes some of them man are not really. You see me? I'm gonna hear nothing what you say a while ago.
which part you don't understand, Andre?
The part where they are the creditor and you have life, or the part when the system tell us say you're in charge of yourself, or the part where you have to tell them say, oh, you have to tell them. I like how some of the ones I'm ask questions sometimes. Is either oh you have to explain to them say yo. So Muda says skeleton done. The
Yeah.
confusing part will be oh me really have to explain to them people yeah, say me able to do all of them things, I'm competent enough.
All
Or
right.
him just
All right.
repeat.
So let me explain. You see, hold on. Um, there's this thing called just explain. The first thing we just explain is your creation. You have to create your will. You create your intent, aka your intentions, on paper. Because you can't just go to the minister and walk up to the minister because the minister is not that accessible. You have to mail in those things and communicate with the minister on your intentions. So, in order to communicate with the minister of your intentions, you have to know what you need to write. So, you read this act where it's telling you how to convey or transfer the powers to yourself. It tell you exactly right. It say tell you, it tell you exactly what you need to do. You have to express it that hey, I am here and I would like to become the custodian over my account and I am here to administer my own affairs. And according to this such act and this part of the act, it says all I have to do is verbalize it, and then when you send that into the minister, again, of course, in an affidavit format, the minister will sign off on this, seal it, and mail it back to you. Once you get that seal, now it's under seal that you take that. If it doesn't give you additional instructions to continue with it, you take that and whatever else you have, your birth certificate, because anything under seal from the ministers is considered authenticated and true in commerce. So that way the banker now, when you go with everything your banker, only thing the banker gonna ask you, how do you want us to perform on your behalf? Because you done all the due diligence already. So you know when you're going to the bank, you don't need fee and no bag of chatting because you have a stock certificate which is valuable to the bank because the bank is going to take that and they're going to run the QSIP and contact the treasury to make sure that this is a legitimate bond or stock certificate that they can use and liquidate and trade on your behalf. You get me? Everybody understand?
Fully I do. If you don't
Yeah,
understand,
one
drop
time.
one there. Drop someone in the comments, people. We see another question. Is this something you have to do, you have done before? Jesus Christ. Man, me all call Jesus around at your ass. My father.
Yeah, every day,
If we could
every
have pinned
day,
the comment, then we pin it. Why does it say,
every
is
day.
this something that you have done before? So you want to see
West
an
Bar, every
example.
day,
Let me see if we can show them an example of an affidavit of declaration of the standing. Because
every day.
I have my own on standby and I deal with them for other people, said we. You see me? So this are Abantu Zulu affidavit of freedom. That are my image lesson. And it basically affidavit and declaration of truth. And this is under the 10 maxims of law. This is a self-execution contract that is stating facts. And we just have to run through the 10 principles them. You see
You
me?
do the publication feet already.
In the process of it,
Okay.
You see me? The process of every single thing. Cause the printing and bag of different people forget a copyright said way.
Yeah,
You
man.
see pre. and a whole heap of page. So some people I get and some people I get it, but more everybody connect up one time. So this is made under and in agreement with the following international accepted maxims and principles of law. The first one says notice to principal is notice to agent, and notice to agent is notice to principal. So if we notify the servant about it, the servant is to notify their boss. If we not notify the parent company or corporation about it, them supposed to notify them agent said way. So a workman is worthy of his hire. And why we say a workman is worthy of his hire? Because of the same intellectual property them was Skellington done speak of earlier. I have a lot of intellectual properties, just like my voice owner here right now. Because some people that list out them assets and the whole on correct. You see me, image is also intellectual property. If uno patent every single thing and have them in.
Oh, go on. You freeze. Chop.